are some instructions for the quiz. For each group, there will be 6 questions that will be asked. In the 6 questions, there are 3 types of questions. The first question is multiple choice question, fill in the blanks, and true or false. And we will be giving 30 seconds to answer each question, and each question carries 5 marks. So the questions will be related to environment, education, climate change, and international treaties that you have heard in the presentations of the speakers. So for the multiple choice question, for the group 1, if I am giving one question, if they answer it correctly, they'll get 5 marks. If they doesn't answer, it will be shifted to the next group. Only for one group it will be passed. If they answer it correct, they'll get 3. So reduction on the points will be there. If they don't answer, we will show the answer. That's why it will not be passed to the next group. Fill in the blanks. Here, if I ask this question here, if they don't answer, it will go to the next group. After getting passed, there will be reduction from 5 to 3. And if they don't answer, it will come to you. So if you answer, you will get 1. If you also didn't answer, it will come here. Again, they also will get 1 only if they answer it correct. If no one is answering, everyone will get 0. And true or false question will not be passed to the next group. Only one group only should answer true or false. Okay? So if any doubts regarding the instruction? So you are cleared with the points, right? Multiple choice, 5 and 3. Fill in the blanks, 5, 3 and 1. Okay. So I'll introduce my colleague. She's Anjali, who will be the quiz master for today.
I'm working as a training associate in CEE. So first,
ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ
We have not made the questions based on the group or something. So last time they said one group got all easy questions. It was all made like that, nothing like that. It's randomly put. So that's why we didn't made you sit in the same order. See, first group is here and Nisarga should be there, but we have Havamana sitting there. So it's like, okay? No, we will go to clockwise. Clockwise, decide from where to start, from here or here? Here only? We'll start from here? Group 1? No, clockwise. We are not going anti-clockwise. So let's go clockwise. So they will be the first group, second group, third group and the fourth group.
So please note one answer from the group. Ella ABCD ella helbitu ella heldi no take one answer from the group, okay? And if multiple answers come through, quizmaster will decide which answer is the right answer from that group, okay? So before you answer, please carefully discuss in your group and then answer in UNICEF. One person can answer. You can assign somebody. You cannot give multiple A, B, C, D. You cannot say all 4 options from the same group. You one person or one voice, one answer from one group.
Yes. So you discuss among your group and discuss like Chinese whisper, not like louder. Yeah. Chinese whisper, you know, right? Whisper slowly. If you discuss louder, your other team will listen the answer and they will tell it fast.
so first 6 questions will be asked to first group. Then later 6 questions will be asked to second group.
6 questions, 6 everyone has 6 questions.
ಓಕೆ ಎವ್ರಿ
But
ಗ್ರೂಪ್
if you answer the question, the points will be more.
ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ 6 ಬಾಲ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೂಪರ್ ಓವರ್ ಆಡ್ದಂಗೆ
Timer will be there.
ಸೂಪರ್ ಓವರ್
Okay, first question for group Prakriti.
Your time is running.
Green energy.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ
We don't take a no.
ನಾವು ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್
He is already answered. So group 2 has now the chance.
ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ.
What is the option? Discuss among you and give one single
I
answer.
have one answer.
Coal energy. No, answer is wrong. So I'll show the answer now.
So the answer is brown energy. Okay, should I explain about it? Or?
Explain it.
Okay, brown energy, the energy comes from fossil fuels that we are using. So we have to, it's a non-renewable energy. We all know about fossil fuels. Yes.
But why is it brown?
Because these process will release harmful gases.
Color is brown. Discuss ಮಾಡಿ.
Second question.
Second question.
I think D.
The clock is running.
B or D? D, I think.
The time.
B.
Time up.
B. National Mission for Education on Climate Change.
No.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಡಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂಗಾರೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿ.
Yeah.
National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on
Climate change. Yes, that's the right answer. So we are getting 3 points.
There are 8 missions and last one is the National Mission for Strategic Knowledge.
No, 3. It's the past question.
So question number 3.
3. SDG stands for.
I can tell, no?
Yeah.
Sustainable Development Goal.
Yeah, it's correct.
Next question.
Okay.
Development goals. And in that climate action is the 13th
The
goal.
13th goal.
So next question.
True or false? It is not past question.
It's a false.
Correct.
So bioaccumulation is the correct answer.
So, 5th question.
Which is not true about eco-sensitive zone. Which is not true. Acts as chalk.
Ten seconds more.
Which is not, I think D.
Time up.
It's
Not to
acts as a shock absorbers
Protected
for
areas.
protected areas.
Wrong answer.
D ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ?
Landfalling within 10 kilometers.
D. No, it's wrong answer.
D no answer ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
D actually.
Both are wrong answers. The right answer is the zones are sensitive to noise. So under the MOF and CC, we have 2 documents. You might be knowing the Kasturi Rangan document and Madhav Godgil documents. So according to that, eco-sensitive zones have been stratified, and they say around the protected areas, national park and wildlife sanctuaries, we should not do any developmental activities. It is all restricted because the animals are sensitive to the noise. The tribunal to handle the cases related to environmental issues. Sixth question for you.
It's C, National Green Tribunal.
The correct answer. So your questions are done. So it's for group 2. The questions. No, I am for in this quiz you are group 2. So your questions will display now. The order of hours to be followed.
The orders of ours followed.
Slow discussion. Nisarga, please discuss slow.
ಅವ್ರು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ
D. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. For team 3. C. Yeah, it's correct. Reduce, reuse and recycle. So, before Parisar. 3, yeah. This was the first question. So when we have to recycle any plastic or something, first the thing we should do is we should refuse from the vendor to take it. The next step is reduce the usage. Then comes the reuse it in the houses. When you are unable to reuse the plastic, then we send it to recycle.
Second question.
Unfair.
Answer?
Fill in the blank.
Yeah, it's correct. Antarctica.
Group 1 didn't get fill in the blanks question.
No, we got. Yeah, we had fill in the blank, but we didn't had option.
Because it was
this type of questions
easy questions, sustainable development goals. That's it. So 5 marks for you.
direct questions direct
Shall we move to the next question?
Yes.
Unfair to nature.
Recent conference of parties. was
ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ
held.
ನೋಡಿ MCQ ಇಲ್ಲ
Which
ಇವಾಗ
is the recent COP and where it is held.
Recent.
ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು
Please don't try to Google, internet is not
Phones are where?
Pass it back.
That's good and that is not working. Time? Geneva. No, sir. It's wrong. It goes to group Parisara. So, you can France. No. The right answer Anjali will show now. No, it is not passing to you. So it is the recent COP is 27 COP which happened in Egypt. Recent, just in November it happened. This year November, 2022 November. Next question.
Next question.
To protect and improve the natural environment, including the forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have a compassion of living creatures in living under Article 48A. Is that true or false?
Indian Constitution.
In Indian Constitution, and sir, while explaining, Nagra sir also discussed about it. On the first place.
They already gave an answer.
Yes.
One answer they gave.
What answer? True. It's it's wrong. It's false.
It's 51A.
It comes under 51A, Article 51A. Fifth question. Sir, the next question is already displayed. Then the surrounding rural areas, what is its effect known as?
Online.
Time?
3 seconds.
3 seconds more. 3, 2, 1. Time up. Yeah. No, sir, it's wrong. D. Urban boundary layer effect. No, it's wrong. The correct answer is urban heat inland effect. So island effect. So by reducing the trees in the urban areas, we are more increasing the concretization. So because of the concrete, the heat will stay in the lower atmosphere layer and it will increase the heat. So that when recently we faced heat waves also. So that the cause is because of that only, because we are concretizing every land present in and around the urban areas. Last question for group 2. Most successful international environment treaty is? International environmental treaty. Most successful. The successful treaty, which is the successful treaty? Time? 10 seconds more. Sir, you discuss now again and give one particular answer. One is saying A, one is saying B.
Time up.
Time is up. So pass it on, madam.
Time is up. Sir, Paris Agreement.
Time up.
ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು
Time up is the answer.
No, it's wrong. A is also wrong and A is wrong. ಅವರೇನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ A ಅಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ
That's why I don't discuss about you and give one answer. Sir, he's saying Paris Agreement, he's saying A, someone is saying B.
So, because of the Empire State Resolution, it's a polluter pay principle.
No, sir. It's
Montal protocol.
So, questions over for group 2. It's group 3. I request everyone in the group, please discuss among them and give one answer, not like this A, B, C, D. Okay? The first question for group Parisara.
When you have 2 answers, she will pick the one person and they
No, we have only one to answer.
So that's why discuss among you and one person please answer.
So next question.
Whatever sir says, consider.
The ecosystem has 2 components. Which are those?
Biotic and abiotic.
Yeah, it's correct.
Marks.
Second question. What are the pillars of education for sustainable development?
What are the pillars?
10 seconds. 10 seconds more.
Go for C, environmental society and economy.
Yeah.
Time up.
it's correct.
Third question.
Third question. Dash includes assessment of environmental impacts from manufacturing to disposal.
Your question is
Life cycle analysis.
Analysis. Yeah, it's correct. Fourth question. Carbon tax is legally binding in India. True or false? False. Yeah.
ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು.
Climate regulation by forest is dash type of ecosystem service.
Madam, see, professional service.
No, sir. It's wrong. You can pass to the next group. Nisarga. Regulatory service. Yeah. The forest do regulatory service by sequestering the carbon dioxide and even infiltrating the water into the ground. So last question for the group. Harisara, 6 questions. What is water footprint? Water demand by flora, fauna, human beings? No, it's wrong, sir.
They gave an answer.
Yeah, it's correct. The amount of water required to produce and supply goods and services that we use. So your group is done. Last group, who is answering? You can have a mic. Group Nisarga, your questions display now. First question. Eutrophication of water bodies is exclusive BOD levels. Oh, it's wrong, sir. Mike. Group 1.
It's C. Excessive inflow of nutrients.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yes.
While Vinay Chaitanya ma'am was explaining, she explained about this.
ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
Second question. Supreme Court of India directed by government in 2003 to make DAS subject compulsory in educational institutions.
Environmental studies.
Sir, it was not for your group.
Labs, madam. You do one thing, madam.
No, we can't give it. It was not asked to your group. It was there, sir. Discuss low, please, not louder. Your points will cut. He is reduced actually. You didn't, right? Okay.
No, that's okay. Reduce also, it doesn't matter. We are anyways
Timing.
Time.
we are first
Time. 4? So, no, sir, it's wrong. Group 1. Leach it, yeah, it's correct. Leach it.
Next question.
It's true or false?
No answer ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, no answer.
Yeah, it's correct. We have to do the public consultation before bringing it. Okay. Next, 5th question. What is echo mark? Time? 10, 9, 8, 7, C. Landmark indicating no, it's wrong.
Pass. It's B.
B, environment friendly products. Yeah, it's correct. Last question for group Nisarga. Last question.
ಇದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Which day is celebrated as Global Handprint Day? ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ?
B, 24 now. Yeah, it's correct. So let's see the count.
Total.
Looking at things.
24 sir. 8 sir. 18.
Yay! 1 mark ali. 1 mark. No.
Prakriti scored 24.
One
And
mark.
they are leading first. And then Havamana 8. And Parisara 23 and Nisarga 21. Thank you everyone.
Here for a purpose, and I think we know the purpose now. So it's just not understanding what climate, environment or climate change is all about. So we are people from diverse backgrounds. Some are from social sciences. A few of you also are from life science and the environment background, and some from commerce. So we wanted to put all of you together in one place and exchange information, give some basic information also for those who were unaware of the basic science of climate, environment and climate change. And also we had some specialists or key speakers who addressed several domains. It could be agriculture, from water resources, medical sector. So like this, we wanted to make sure that we are addressing key topics that are quite significant for us, and which are also having huge impacts due to climate change. So as a follow-up of this, the whole intention here was that we get this group and give them some knowledge, but also make sure that you go back to universities or colleges and facilitate similar programs so that you give this basic education to your faculties, co-faculties, and also orient some of your students regarding the climate and environment education. So it's just not like, earlier people said climate change is not my subject, climate or environment is not subject. So it's everyone's business now, and it has to happen that way. So in this regard, I would request all of you to actually return to your universities and organize similar training programs, and any help that is required to, for you people to organize or facilitate similar programs. The resource materials or key resource people can be provided through CEE and UNICEF. So regarding the resource material, we have developed this training management information system, TMIS, wherein you can have all the resources is archived in that. It could be the presentations from all the key speakers. You have several video documentaries that are made available that can be easily showcased to your students who are from non-science background, so it's easier for them to understand. There are 2 manuals that will be available there. One is a facilitator's manual for the master trainers. So you go back from here and facilitate a program for your fellow faculties. And your fellow faculties, including yourself, will have to orient your students. So how do you plan or facilitate such a program? So there's a manual which will help you or guide through how to facilitate such programs. And in addition to that, there will be a resource book available. It will give you all the basic science and technology of climate science, the environment or the climate change science. So all of that will also be provided in it. And there are a few pocket-sized handbooks that's handy for students to just overlook at what's the information, quick references to some of the science of environment and climate at the end. So these are all some of the resources that will be archived in the TMIS. And in addition to this, we also have an activity portal wherein you're not just educating them or giving them information about environment and climate, but also motivate them to be more participatory in their approach. Try and motivate them to take part in an eco club or some discussions related to environment issues in and around their region. So these are some of the activities we would want you to go ahead and practice along with your students. Like Dr. Jyoti had assigned each of you groups individual task of, as an individual, how would you do, as a a family or as an institute or an education setup or an office setup, and as a community. And the input was also that if you don't show that in your respective universities or colleges, then the student may not be really motivated when you're teaching them, we have to implement all of this at home as well. So these are certain few things that has to be done from our end. So as a follow-up of this, I want each of you group to just come up with the plans that you intend to do after going back from this training. So it's just like an action plan that you want to take once you go back to the university. So each groups get about 10 minutes or so. So you can decide what you will do as an individual, as a representative from your college. So what are the action plans that you would take through the university and how you want to reach it out to the students. So I'll give about 10.
ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಿಇ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾದಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ರಜನಿ ಸಿಂಸಾನ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ರಜನಿ ಸಿಂಸಾನ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಡಯಾಸ್. I request all the participants who are outside. Manju sir, can you call all the participants inside? Yes. Okay, this is completely UNICEF supported initiative, which we are collaborated with the Center for Environment Education as well as Department of Higher Education and Department of Forest Ecology and Environment Department. Under this project, we are aiming to train 80 master trainers in a training of trainers program in 2 batches. Once it is done, again we are aiming to train 350 faculties from different universities in Karnataka. So ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲತಃ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಸ್ಟೈನಬಿಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ತರುವಂತಹ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರುಗಳ ಪಾತ್ರ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಯುವಕರ ಪಾತ್ರವು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿರೋ ಕಾರಣವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಯುವಕರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಬೇಕು, ಅವರನ್ನ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅರಿವು ಮೂಡಿಸುವಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಕಳೆದ 9th we have concluded our first batch of training of trainers conclude ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ we are in the second batch 3ನೇ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಯುನಿಸೆಫ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಿಇಇ ತಂಡದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಚಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರಿ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್, ಈ ಒಂದು 3 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಗಾರ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಸೆಷನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ 2 days ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ವಿಷಯಾಧಾರಿತ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಂಬಂತಹ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ತರುವಂತಹ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರ ಪಾತ್ರ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಪ್ರಶಂಸನೀಯ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ, ಸೊ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರ ಸಮಯ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಕಳೆದ 2-3 ದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ feedback from 2 participants from different universities, madam. So ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, based on that we sincerely look forward to hear your further advice. I request Dr. Vidya Patil madam to give her feedback, please.
Good afternoon everybody. I'm Dr. Vidya Patil. I'm from Government Women's College, Bidar. So this is one thing I think which I would like to bring to the notice of the distinguished guests here, that all the participants here are from different parts of Karnataka, and so I think this is one way in which the organizers have been able to reach out to all the different parts. So this is one very good aspect. Also, what I personally have noticed is helping us out with knowing more about the subject, but also how to deliver this and bring about that sensitization in the faculty as well as among the students. We have been told about the causes, the impact, and then what are the required changes, especially lifestyle changes which need to be brought about. And I think this is what we need to go and deliver to the faculty and the students in our respective regions. As far as the curriculum and the various modules which have been planned out, it was excellent, I feel, and we were taken step by step. So a complete hand-holding was done by the organizers, along with a lot of activities and participation of all the participants in the entire process. Along with this, I think food, accommodation, transport, everything was managed so well. So our money man, he has helped us out so much. So we had no hassles in getting our TADA bills converted and all those things. That part was taken over. So usually when we come on training sessions, this is the main thing which is a hurdle. So I think that aspect has been taken very well. They have taken care of that. Also, I think here, as you are all from the department and I also belong to the department, I can just make one request or a suggestion here that since this is being financed by UNICEF, and with the kind of resources they have, as well as the experts which they have, and the kind of training which we have taken, I think it will be very helpful if the department can take up this initiative, and then we have colleges in every taluka. So even if one faculty from each college, government college, can go through this training process, we will be actually able to reach out at the grassroots level and reach out to the youth in every part of Karnataka. So I think that would be a very great initiative on behalf of the department also, and as we are nowadays talking about social responsibility. So a departmental social responsibility, institutional social responsibility will surely help us all out. So once again, I'd like to thank the entire team, right from Sunita Madam, the training coordinator, Dilip sir, I think, Shruti Madam and Manjunath sir, Kavya, Anjali, Rakeshri, so all of them, they have been exceptionally kind and patient with all of us. They have handled all our issues without a little bit of hesitation. So once again, I'd like to thank each one of you, and I'd like to thank the organizers for having given us this opportunity to be here. Thank you.
The participants ನಿಮ್ಮ feedback ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ it is a great opportunity. You people can give your yes please. So by this feedback we will be closing this feedback session, and we request our honorable guests to give their valuable advice.
A very good afternoon, dignitaries on the dais, as well as my co-learners. Very good afternoon. So it feels very happy, even though we are from computer science, even environment science is very important. So it was like we are from Bellary, Srimeda Degree College, a private college. I am Manjunath from Bellary, where we are known for Gadinadu. So we are much affected with the greenery. So when I got a call that we have to, with very short notice, so like I was communicated with Dilip sir. When I called him, and he was so, what I felt, I called almost 10 times. 10 times the reply was, sir, ನೀವೇನು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ, ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ, ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. So this response, first part of motivation which made me to come here, irrespective of what is going to thought here. So that basically, whenever there is a program from university or others, basically we take lightly. But it was not a light, it was a light on my brain that this is where we are lagging in the universities. The way they communicate, most of the times the universities which communicate with us, worries are compulsory. It was not like that. It was not like that. It's a self-interest. Sir told it's a self-interest. So it made me to think. So when I thought it's individual responsibility as well as it's a responsibility of every college, educational institute to be a part of it. So straight away I came here. So when the session started, even I had the phobia that ಇದು ಬೋರಿಂಗ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ 3 ದಿವಸ ಕಳೆದು ಬಿಡೋಣ. That is what but I will tell you guys, it was an eye opening for me. So really I am thankful to each and everyone. The way they started, especially M and M Manjunath. The way he started and the things, so it was everything like we were not in the mode of teaching. It was a mode of somewhere we are homely. We were learning a lot of things. So lot of inputs, especially the people who have met, very resource people. Somewhere I can tell individually we have got very much connected with the different kinds of people wherein we can put our ideas into our educational institutions. So ಅದೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲೋ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲೋ ಆದರೆ ಕಲ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ. So it's all depend on us how we take it. So really I personally felt, and I also write 2 quotes on this session. I have a habit of writing quotes. ನಾನು 2 quotes ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೆ. In that first was avoid pollution, adopt plantation. And next is let's be crazy about climate change, not be lazy about change. So what I personally felt, these 2 things which came into my mind. So like this, if these kinds are also be inculcated in our students, definitely we can do some change. And I bow myself that definitely in my region, maybe now bandid accidentally, but sometimes accidents happens to change ourselves. So I take this accident as one of the best incident in my life. So definitely I make some change which definitely will be a climate change which will happen long 30 years. I cannot see next in 5 years what we thought all these days. So I wholeheartedly thank each one of the individual, including my co-learners who are very good. So thank you one and all for this opportunity. So ನಮ್ಮ ಗಡಿನಾಡು ಬಿಸಿಲುನಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ನಾಡು, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಳ್ಳಾರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾವು ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ this can be implemented. Thank you one and all for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much sir for your wonderful feedback. Sir, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾತ್ಯಕ್ಷಿಕೆ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಲೇಜು ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಎಂಬುದರ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ 2 ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಒಂದು ಶಿಬಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಂತಹ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವಿಚಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ವಿ ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಬಹುಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಸ್ ಬಿ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಗೌಡ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿವಿಧ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಂದ, ವಿವಿಧ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕುರಿತಂತೆ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನುಡಿಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಸ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. CEE ಮತ್ತು ಯುನಿಸೆಫ್ 2 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಸೇರಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಗಾರವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿರೋದು ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷಕರ. ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ಐ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್. We are all teachers basically. Don't discriminate. That belongs to university and colleges. See, at this juncture, we all of need the information regarding the environmental happening in India. Yakandre, all of us are stakeholders for these things. Environment ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ವಿಚಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹುತೇಕ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಯಗಳು, ತಳಮಳಗಳು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮನಗಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ compulsory studies in environmental studies. Every university has this component ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಟೀಚ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಇತ್ತು. ಆಗ ಕೆಲವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೌ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂತು. ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನಿರ್ದೇಶನವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಈಗ ಇರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ಒಂದು ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯತೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ನಾನು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬೃಹತ್ಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಕೇಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಇದೆ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳ ಜೊತೆ, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಜೊತೆ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಐ ವಿಲ್ discuss these things with our commissioner, so that let us make this a mandatory, and we will issue a circular to all the colleges to make this a compulsory. ನೀವು ಈ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಗಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಗೇನ್ ಸಮ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಧ್ಯೇಯ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕಾರ್ಯಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Because it's very essential and needy workshop ಇತ್ತು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಯುನಿಸೆಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ CEE ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಅವರು ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ 2 days ಅಲ್ಲ, 3 days
ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್
ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲೂ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಈ ಥರದ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ, ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಯಾವುದು ಸರ್, ಹಂಪಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನ ನಿಮ್ಮದು?
ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮದು ಹಂಪಿ ವಿರೂಪಾಕ್ಷೇಶ್ವರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಎ ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್. ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಆಗಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಮನಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾಟಾಚಾರಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಕಾಟಾಚಾರಕ್ಕೇನು ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಸೈನ್. ಆ ಥರದ್ದೊಂದು ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಮನಸ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಾದಷ್ಟು ಸಹಾಯನ ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪಡೆದು ಇತರರಿಗೆ ಹಂಚುವ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಆಗಲಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್. ನಾನು ಐ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ in this occasion. Congratulate you people. Gain the information and spread the information at the college level. Thank you.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ತಮ್ಮ ಬಿಡುವಿಲ್ಲದ ವೇಳೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬಿಡುವು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ಗಳೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಿ ನುಡಿಗಳನ್ನು ನುಡಿದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ, ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಮಾನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನೇತೃತ್ವದ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತಾಲೂಕಿನ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರಧಾರೆಗಳು ಏನು ತಲುಪುವಂತಾಗಲಿ, ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವನ್ನ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಸರ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಚಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರಿ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಬಲ್ ಸಜೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟತೆಯನ್ನ ಕಾಯ್ದುಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬಹುದು ಎಂಬಂತ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವಿಚಾರಧಾರೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತವರು. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್.
Good afternoon to one and all who have gathered here, respected Director Dr. Appaji Gowda and organizers Srimati Rajni from CEE, and now Dilip, he's my friend like Dilip from UNICEF, and all the participants who have gathered here.
I would like to congratulate all of you for having participated in this 3 days training program, and definitely it may be in a smaller way, but definitely it is going to make a big impact. So it is very important to educate our children, not just providing degrees, awarding degrees to them, but they have to we have to create awareness about various aspects, because I'm a Kurg native, so my native place now, most of you must be knowing that it is a tourist destination, and many things have changed. Like in my childhood, how I used to go inside deep in the forest, in spite of all those animals or the thick forest. I have spent my childhood there, and I was with the nature all the time, and we used to drink water from the well, and eat fruits directly from the plants or trees. So all my children are not able to enjoy same kind of childhood. This is because of the environmental changes. So instead of blaming why it has happened, what has happened, we have to look into the future, how we can make the future better for the future generation. And in this regard, mainly we have to create awareness among our children about their health, because they also neglect their health. They don't know what to eat, what not to eat. So most of them, they are depending on this junk food, and the lifestyle is different. So we need to educate them that they are morally responsible. They have to become responsible citizens, and they should become the assets of the nation, for which this protection of environment, how they have to preserve the environmental resources, because the resources are very scarce, and we have to use it in the best possible manner. And also we have to create that civic sense among the students. I keep telling, I used to tell my students, even if you eat chocolate, and you may see people around you throwing here and there, you should not do that. You keep it inside your pocket, put it in the dustbin. So your behavior will definitely influence others' behavior. That is how you have to set an example for others. So these are all small things, but definitely they are very, very important to make our life better and beautiful. And therefore, once again, this scaling up and strengthening climate and environmental education access to children and youth in Karnataka, it is a very good program initiative by UNICEF and CEE. They are really doing a very good job, and this will help not only the faculty and the students, but the entire public. And therefore it is important to make it a continuous process. It cannot be 2 days training program, but it should be a continuous process, and it should become the way of life. So in the colleges, actually we are insisting, from the department we are insisting on rainwater harvesting, waste management, plastic free campus, then green initiatives. So many are not aware as to how they have to maintain this waste, how they can make pollution, create a pollution free environment. So in this regard, they should, most of our government first grade colleges, they are from rural background, they are rural students. So they are already close to the nature, but they are not systematic in their approach. So in this regard, this type of training is required, where systematic way of doing the things, how we can develop those skills among the students, impart knowledge, and thereby they can take it further and improve the nature. So already you see the weather changes, like the best example is Bangalore, how the garden city has been transformed, which is not a good one. Means there is no systematic way of doing the things. Systematic planning is required, and this can be done only by the educational institutions, of course, by the faculty and the students, because they create all the assets to the nation, and therefore this program is really useful and practical, and I'm really happy and I feel honored to be a part of this program. And definitely in future also, whatever support is required from the department, as assured by our respected directors, I am also there, and I will try my level best to take it forward. Thank you for inviting. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Beautifully summarized everything that we've been trying to do since last 2 to 3 days. That is to appealing to all our conscience and to all our efforts. Thank you, Shilpa ma'am, and thank you, Apati. Thank you so much. Yeah, so thanks a lot for joining.